in Bongani, you can but agree that Mohamed Ouabi won this game from the bench.
Yeah, fantastic. I think, you know, it's so often that obviously in tournaments you want to start every game. But, you know, being on the bench as well, you can prove very valuable, which is, you know, comes back to the mere fact that, you know, remember in our time, only the starting lineup sings the national anthem in front of the fans, where now you've got the whole squad. And that just obviously, you know, it's a good feeling to always sort of be present for your national team or national anthem like that. And coming off the bench, it shows the value that, you know, it's one squad, one country, and that any player can come on and affect the game at any moment.
Shorty, let's talk about how the second 45 minutes kicked off. And it was a really, really improved Moroccan side that showed up. Hakimi with a couple of chances where, I mean, there was a point where you thought he could have actually made the pass, but he went for a goal and was denied by the upright. Just by that upright side, you know, it seems as though they were always attacking the near post there.
You see, a lot of teams have deployed a zonal marking when it comes to corner kicks. Now, what then happens is there becomes a space between the first defender and the post. Bruno Fernandes also tried it for Portugal the other time. They actually scored from there. And I've always had an issue that you need someone to protect the first post. And that player for the first post also goes out when the corner is played short. Now, if the space is open and the guy is able to play into the space, it becomes difficult for any defender to clear that, because one mistake can result into an own goal. So I think maybe having one player just to protect the first post, everybody else can mark zonal, but you need someone who can actually fill the post and is also able to guard the space.
I hear you on that one. Well, incidentally, things kind of turned around, and it was against the runner play we saw the Dutch side pushing very fervently, and a goal came out of this one.
Yeah. I mean, that's you know, for Gakpo, it's such an emotional day. I can only imagine, you know, what his family's going through. So condolences to the family. And I guess it's testament to the strength, the mental strength that players have, or that they need to have. You know, not only to just play at a certain level for a number of years, but to also compete, you know, when life doesn't go your way. So, you know, credit to him. Obviously, he has the goal. Life will always be more important than any football game or any goal that you may score. But, I mean, he showed great strength to just be out there today and contribute. All
right. Well, I was just informed right now that on the Brother side, he's going home to be with the family. So, in other words, you know, it's a win-win situation, ultimately. You lose some, you win some. But, you know what, condolences to the Gakpo family, no doubt. Nobody wants to lose a loved one, especially one you were expecting into your household. Let's move on to how resilient, we must say, the Moroccans were. For any other African nation, inward to get the ball, give it the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tremendous heading technique that he's applied. I mean, he's almost sort of backtracking and having to jump and also just redirect it whilst basically almost having his back towards the goal. So, I mean, it's an incredible headed goal, and especially the timing of it as well. Wow, I think obviously that will go down in history for many, many years to come for Morocco.
No doubt. But simple way, we have to say Verbruggen has had a great encounter. He's had a great World Cup, more or less. It would have been lovely.
There's so much progress. They are in charge. They're creating more chances. They have a possession, and they're imposing, because it's what, 7 out of 8 teams now, European teams, that they've won against. That just shows you that they impose themselves, and they are not in the World Cup to participate. They are there to compete, and that's what we are looking at, because the timing of the changes, of the subs, the intensity that they brought up. Jimmy spoke about that before the game, to say it will be determined by the intensity, who speeds up the intensity, who brings it up at what time, when whose energy levels have gone down.
And Jimmy, when you talk about taking penalties, because we're just going to look at the last 3 penalties taken here. And look, congratulations to the Moroccan Atlas Lions. 3-2 winners via penalties. The pressure. Oh, pressure.
You had to say pressure.
Yeah, ideally. But, you know, we're with Berbatov, and he also was talking about how, you know, how much pressure it is to actually take a penalty. There's so much anxiety associated with a penalty, as much as, you know, it's obviously you and the goalkeeper. So the rule of thumb is obviously, you know, pick a side and trust it and just stick with it. Once you get clever, you know, you really have to make sure about your technique, otherwise you're going to get it all wrong.
Well, let's run through how things are looking. If you're just joining us, of course, you know everything can wait with how things are turning out as regards the World Cup. And we have seen the fourth nation progress to the round of 16 and the first African nation to progress to the round of 16. No surprises here. We expected it to be a Moroccan side, even though we were hoping it will be South Africa being the first nation. But no doubt, I would say it was a good run out for Bafana ultimately. Morocco will now face Canada, while we will see Paraguay waiting for who will win between France and Sweden. That will be later on today. Brazil are also waiting for the winners of Cote d'Ivoire and seeing how Norway would also fare. But as things are currently, I mean, I like the fact that Simple has already chosen the fact that we expect to see Senegal make their progress, and they'll be facing off against whoever wins in that USA fixture coming up.